Welcome back to Sat Nav to Life.
Hello?
Both full of tough stuff.
Yeah. hide the flap. Not even a Sunday lunch.
You've not been well.
No, I've not been well.
So you're lucky. You're really lucky or unlucky you're getting this video. It depends how you look at it. Because you haven't been well.
No, I haven't. There's a lot more bottles behind me.
And you're glad someone invented antibiotics. I can't even say that.
Antibiotics and all the other things that the pharmacists have
Yeah,
done.
I got an Anti-Pauline.
Yep.
She does good for the world.
Yeah,
You got antibiotics.
Yeah. Yes.
Anyway, so today I'm going to try and explain two things that I've learned this week. One of them is like,
Head exploding.
yeah.
Okay. Go with that one first.
So there is a part of your car, right?
Oh,
When you're
God.
driving down the road at 30 miles an hour, it could be 60 miles an hour, 9 miles. The speed doesn't matter.
Okay.
But I'm going to go with 30 miles an hour. You're driving down the road at 30 miles an hour.
Right.
And there's a part of your car that is moving at twice the speed you are.
60 miles an hour, yeah.
Yeah, there's a part of your car that's obviously doing the same speed. And there's part of your car that is almost stationary.
That's me. I'm just sat there.
That's why I thought this would be funny on video. Because I thought you'd come out with a good answer.
It's me. I'm just
Well,
sat
I
there.
think you're moving the same speed as your chassis. If you think of the chassis as the centre, basically the chassis is what's moving at 30 miles an hour, isn't it?
The wheels.
It's the wheels, yeah. You got that quick.
Yeah, I know that because they're attached to the chassis.
Right, well, yeah, most things are. Well,
Yeah.
then what isn't attached to the chassis you've left behind?
Yeah.
Like the passengers who didn't get in.
Yeah.
The people who jumped out the way when you were trying to drive. Like, get out of the way!
Yeah, I didn't see all those workmen in that pond. Yeah, but I did it all subconsciously. I missed everything.
That's a story for another day.
Yeah.
So you've guessed it as quick as that.
Yeah.
Do you know why the wheels are moving at different rates?
We didn't say that the wheels are moving at different rates. So wouldn't the ones that are being driven be faster than the ones that are being dragged? Pushed.
Yeah, I suppose you could describe it like that. But
Yeah,
but
so if you've got-
how would you?
So if you've got a front wheel car, the back wheels will be going slower than the front wheels because they're being driven. And the ones, if you're back wheel, the back wheels will go faster than the ones that are at the front because they're being pushed.
No. It's a good theory. I don't think that's right.
I bet it is.
Well, it's not what.
It's not the offside
It's
rule.
not the answer to this one.
Okay, give me a bit more clues then.
So the answer is obviously.
Well, that's not a clue, it's that's the answer.
yeah, well, I can only give you the answer.
Oh, God, give me the answer then.
So the centre of the wheel's there.
Yeah.
The top of the wheel is there.
So it's got longer to rotate, so it's going to be going.
You won't have longer to rotate. The wheel's round, isn't it? It's the same
Yeah,
in
but
all
if
directions.
that one that's going round that way is going to go faster than the one that's going round that way. The centre of the
Your
wheel is going
brain's
to be going
thinking
faster.
right, yeah.
Yeah, because the one that goes in the middle is going to go faster because it's got
So
little.
the one in the middle,
I'm just telling you, the one in the middle, right, is going like that, do, and the one on the outside is going like that.
no.
So that one's going like that, and that one's going like that. I don't
Yeah,
think so.
yeah.
That's stupid.
That's why I thought it'd be good for video.
That doesn't make any sense.
The centre of your wheel
Yeah.
is spinning at the same speed, is travelling at the same speed as your chassis.
Right, that makes perfect sense.
So
That's
the
logical.
centre of the wheel is rotating at a sufficient velocity of 30 miles an hour.
Right.
The top of your wheel, the
Has to
very, very top of the tyre,
Yeah.
is
Go
travelling
round.
at 60 miles an hour.
Right.
Because it has to get ahead of you. If that's
Yeah.
the top of the wheel, it
Yeah,
has to
yeah.
get ahead to be there. So from the top to there, it is travelling at 60 miles an hour.
Well, when I get stopped again for speed and I say it was the tyres,
Yeah,
they was
exactly.
in
Well,
front.
this is what I'm saying. So then, from here down to, let's go that way. From here
down to the
down
box,
below,
to the ground.
it de-accelerates.
So it goes slower than 30 miles an hour.
Exactly. So by the time you get to the touching of the wheel, as the wheel is on,
Braked.
as the wheel is on the tarmac for that split millisecond, it isn't moving. It is at 0 miles an hour
Okay.
because the two contacts are just there. The only time you have a wheel that's touching the tarmac that makes velocity going forward is when you get a wheel that sticks, and you see like the lorry tyres, you know, they've dragged all their tyres down, haven't they? Or when you do a wheel spin.
Yeah.
Or when you
Or you
got
try to pull
power
off
and
too
you wheel
quickly.
spin, that's the only time when you're physically leaving rubber on the road, but the wheel is not stationary.
Why do the lorries leave the tyre marks on them?
I think they get locked up, don't they? The air brakes go faulty or something like that.
Oh, right, okay.
So yeah, so from that is doing 60 miles an hour
Right.
to 60.
Did you not do this at school?
No, they didn't teach you nothing in school.
That's physics.
Yeah,
You're a
and
Star
there's
Trek
physics,
person.
Yeah, but that wasn't taught at school either, was it?
Well, Star Trek
Taught
wasn't.
us Star Trek.
Star Trek wasn't because it's
You
in the
learned
future.
a lot more as an adult than you do at school. If you're
Yes,
watching this and you're
and I'm going to
youngster,
tell you
concentrate.
something about. I'm going to tell you something like this, right? Somebody not sat a million miles away, right?
Who's that then?
We're both
Ziggy the
Trekkies,
dog.
right? We're both Trekkies. Told me that if I went and had my flu jab, that they would do it the same as they do on Star Trek. So I go,
Do it
lamb.
again?
So I'm lamb to slaughter, right? Off I go, dilly dip. I'm in the little room. The bloke goes, "Do you want to have a flu jab?" I said, "Yeah." It turns into carry on laughing. About this needle. I said, "What are you doing the needle for?" He goes, "Give you a flu jab." Because I thought you was going to do it like Star Trek. He goes, "I don't know what you're talking about."
Only tiny little needles now, though, aren't they?
Well, the one on my eye saw was huge.
In your head.
No, it didn't. Thank God it wouldn't do my head because it had gone right through the other side. As it was, it nearly come out dripping the other side of my arm. Yeah, bloody Star Trek. I've seen it, bones. And that other thing that they've got. Yeah. Stupid. Mind you, don't EpiPens work like that?
Well, they have tiny little needle, like it literally is just the hair's width. It is only, it's like an eyelash.
Is that what they have on Star Trek then? A little eyelash one? That
No,
just
no,
goes
that is.
That's just powered in.
What do they call it? Epidermal. It goes into the skin.
Yeah. Epidermal. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the skin
Surface
layer.
of the skin. Yeah,
Yeah.
it goes in.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've got the technology to beam people, if you disintegrate them, there's probably a more technical name for that, but if you disintegrate someone to beam them to a different location and they reappear.
Don't disintegrate them. That means they're dead. That means they've got fire.
What do they call that? You move it to one place.
Dematerialise.
Yeah, dematerialised to one
All the
place to
people, all
another.
the stars on Star Trek are dead because they've been disintegrated. Whatever you said they were.
Yeah, dematerialised.
Dematerialised. No, that's not what you said. Anyway.
Deconstructed. I don't know what I've said now. I've forgotten. I've lost the plot now.
Yeah. Anyway, so we now know, right, that your front of your tyres. But I did say that in a roundabout way, that the tyres go
In a
fast.
roundabout way, is that way your wheels going that way? You're going to
I
complicate
said that
matters
the
now.
tyres
Where's
go
the tyres
fast.
going that way?
I said the tyres go faster
Right.
because the inside one goes at the normal rate, and this has got to go faster to keep up with it.
Okay.
I'm sure I said that.
So on a side note, I'm just going to tell you one fact, and then I'm going to go to the second thing.
Okay, one fact.
Yeah. So the fact is, train wheels.
Yeah,
So train wheels have an inner ring, don't they?
just keep them on the
To
track.
keep that sits on the track.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they have an outer ring that sits just slightly below the track, doesn't it? So
Yeah,
they sit
on the
like
other
that.
side.
Yeah, on the other
Yeah.
side. Yeah. Well, the wheel on the track performs exactly the same principle as the car wheel,
Yeah,
but the wheel that sits just lip
the
proud,
bigger one. Yeah.
when that gets to that point, the bottom of that wheel is actually moving backwards.
I didn't even think that touched anything.
It doesn't physically touch, but in physics, the way the wheel is, because the base level is on the track, that is sat 0,
Yeah.
but the other one that's just part of it, in theory and physically, is moving backwards. So while the train is moving forward, you still have one part of a train that is moving backwards.
Well, I'd like to see that. I'm gonna have to YouTube that because that's really interesting. I like physics.
And the other thing is, do tides move in and out?
The tides move in and out.
Yeah.
I think they get dragged and pushed.
That's exactly the answer. Tides don't move in and out, they get dragged and pushed.
Because
How
the
do they
moon-
get dragged and
By
pushed?
the moon, the gravity.
It is correct, but it's not the full story.
See, there's always quite. So it's pulled by the moon and it's wax and wane. The moon wax and wanes and the sea does the same. But
Yeah.
we call it
So,
tides.
so everyone thinks of the planet as a globe, which
It is, unless you're Eddie.
unless you're a flat earther.
Unless you're Eddie, yeah.
And then I have no idea how your physics works, but anyway, we're going to go with the Earth is round. So the Earth is round, but the pull of the Earth, the pull of the moon
Yeah.
pulls it like an eyeball shape, so it goes
Yeah.
slightly oblique, whatever you want to call it.
Eyeball shape.
Oval shape. Yeah. So obviously,
Oval.
what?
Oval.
Oh, where we go? Oval.
Oh, next question's quick here.
Yeah. I was thinking that. So now you go from round, and you slightly go to that shape, don't you? As
Yeah.
it's doing that, as the moon is pulling it like that,
Yeah.
that's when the sea is being pulled, and obviously the planet's rotating, and that's when the sea is going to go back, so on. But the sun pulls the earth as well,
Yeah.
and when the sun is in full alignment, so you get a full moon this side,
Yeah.
so the sun is going over, you see in the full moon of the sun
Yeah.
reflection,
Yeah.
the sun is actually pulling on the earth as well.
Yeah. So it's a push and pull music.
So it goes more like that. So that causes a lot more havoc, a lot more strain on the earth, and that's where the saying comes from. That is incorrect. You know, people behave funny during a full moon, and they say lunatics.
Yeah.
Well, it's obviously because they see the full moon, but actually they're being pulled in both. The earth's being pulled in both
And
directions
they
at
are
that
too,
time.
physically as well. They
Yeah.
are. Okay.
So the next question is, if the sun is here, the moon's there, and the earth's being pulled like that, does it have more effect on your head? Because we're 80% water. Does it have more pull on your head than if you laid your head on a pillow?
So you're saying, so would it be like that? If you laid your head on a pillow, it'd be like that?
So the earth's being pulled in both directions.
Yeah.
The seas are being moved.
Yeah.
There's obviously a pull on your head.
Yeah.
So is the pull on your head from that event greater force than if you put your head on a pillow? Or is putting your head on a pillow a greater force than the effect of a full moon?
Probably putting your head on a pillow's great force.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
She's on top form today. There you go.
Yeah. See, you didn't think I'd know these things, did you?
No, I just thought you might come out with a funny answer.
Sorry. What he didn't realise in this house is intellectual day.
Yeah,
He
it's
didn't get the
intellectual
message.
day.
He didn't get the memo.
It's only once a year, intellectual day.
Yeah. No, come on. It was very good the other day at Christmas.
The other day at Christmas. There you go. Intellectual day's finished. The other day, it's July. Halfway. Beyond halfway.
Yeah,
It's
that's
July.
it.
The other day at
That's because the
Christmas.
sun's out and getting pulled more this way.
Been pulled towards Christmas now, not pushed away from it.
I got
So
nearly,
go on, yeah, what happened at Christmas?
I got nearly all the quizzes right.
What quizzes?
The quizzes that we had around Harry's house.
Oh, yeah.
I even beat Harry on
Oh,
the
the card
music quiz.
games, yeah.
But I even beat him on the music quiz.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
Because he was strutting around thinking he was going to get right, and he
It was
looked
all 60s and 70s and 80s music. I mean, he wasn't around for a lot of that. If it had been a 90s music quiz, he
he's got
probably would have lost.
He's got the biggest music collection to anybody.
He's got every bit of music that nobody else ever listens to, apart from the one person who wants to buy it off him. Because only 2 vinyls exist in the world. They're expensive.
I did text him the other day and say, "Have you got any of the Blue Oyster Cult
Oyster what?
Blue Oyster Cult albums?" But I never got nothing back.
Is that a defunct railway ticket for London?
No, no. I'll tell you what. This is really interesting, right? I've been reading Robert Galbraith strike novels, and each one of them has a theme running through them. And this particular one that I'm reading is called A Career in Evil, and that is a line from Patti Smith's song. And
It's not a line from Groot then. Not Groot, what's his name? Gru.
and also they have all this. The album that's going to be going through this particular book is the Blue Oyster Cult, and they're famous for don't submit the Reaper. Is it Don't Tell the Reaper?
Yeah, sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Don't know it. But
Yeah,
sounds
well,
familiar.
you do know this bit where it goes do 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 do. Well, that's their famous riff, right? Now, I've got a feeling that's Formula One. So anyway,
Different band altogether.
is it?
Yeah. That's that's good.
Fleetwood Mac with the
Fleetwood
chain.
Mac, the chain.
Oh well, but there is a famous one that they do. Eddie would,
Right.
if he was here, he'd give you the little hum version, and then But I was interested to think, well, that's an unusual name, Blue Oyster Cult. So I looked them up, and apparently, interesting. There was a bloke who wrote a whole big poem, futuristic poem, and the Blue Oyster Cult were aliens that came down to Earth. And he wrote all this, and he couldn't get it published. And so in his name is Sandy Pearlman, and the Blue Oyster Cult he wrote their songs for them. And they took that as
From
the
an
name
alien
of it.
visit.
Well, they liked the name of it, so they used that as their band. And they only finished, the last record they released was in 1996, I think. There you go, see?
That's 28 years ago.
Yep, but I tell you what,
Time's
though,
going quick, isn't it? It doesn't sound like 28 years ago,
Yeah.
does it?
but those strike books are really good, because not only does it tell you just ordinary crime and stuff like that, but the threads that run through them is educational. Patti Smith is really, really good.
There you go.
Yep,
You've heard it here first.
yep, if you turn on.
So have you thought of a saying for this channel yet? Or is it still some ramblings about a lay-by?
I thought it was Saturday Night Live.
That's the channel name.
Okay, so what are we looking for?
We still need a catchphrase.
Catchphrase.
So on Retro Rats, a different channel. If you're not subscribed, nip over. It's with a Z, Retro Rats. We always end up, because of COVID and the fact that we were still trying to keep the channel going, and that during that period of time, we sort of said, stay safe, stay retro, and it's how we
That's
end
it,
all our things. But you need one for this.
Saturday Night Live.
Sat Nav to Life. Guiding you on your direction.
Yeah.
You're not convinced with that one?
No, I just thinking of my stupid sat nav that goes, "You've made the wrong turn in."
I don't think it ever tells you that, does it?
It goes, proceed down so and so road, and then do a U-turn at the most safest part.
We don't want to know. We don't want to know you too.
So what we have to, if it's sat nav Live, then we've got to use a phrase that the sat nav uses. Oh, Vicarage Road.
What?
Vicarage Road. We've got a road, right? It's a town in our town called
Town in our town.
Vicarage Road, right? Vicarage Road. And I love it because on a Monday I do deliveries, and I love it if I have to go down that way, and it always sat nav goes, go down Vicarage Road, Vicarage. It just makes me laugh every time I go down Vicarage Road just to hear her say it.
Put your end saying in the comments and we'll have a look at
I
them.
have one.
Go on then.
The voice from beyond has got one.
God is now spoken.
You have reached your destination. Goodbye.
Hey, that's a bit like, what's name, innit?
What? Star Trek.
No.
I thought we'd gone full circle
No.
then. Engage.
62.
Make it
not
so.
49.
42. Douglas
42.
Adams.
Yeah. Doesn't that sound like it? You have reached your... you say it again. You've reached your
You
destination.
have reached your destination. Goodbye.
Don't sound Hitchhiker's Guide to Galaxy.
Reminds me of Italian Job. England is that way. Good
I
morning.
told you not to blow the bloody doors off. That's my favourite bit, that is. Do you know what's really funny, right?
We don't know. You haven't told us yet.
Michael Caine, right? He always
Michael Caine. He's a
he
nosy
always looked the
neighbour.
same, right? And he always spoke the same. But do you know what? Every film you watched him in, you forgot what else he was in, and he was just engaged in that film that he happened to be on. And I believe he got better as he got older. He's still alive, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, Michael.
Yeah. He's,
Not that I have friends
he's
with
very
Michael.
elderly, but he's still alive.
Yeah, he's done it.
He's done another film coming
I
out
think
this year,
he's-
hasn't he?
Yeah, he has done another film. Yeah.
He said he was doing his final film, and now he's done another one on top of that.
Well, they've got big houses to keep.
Yeah,
They have to keep working.
you do.
Yep.
So put your end thing in the base.
Yeah.
Or vote for Peggy's.
Or the most annoying thing that your sat nav says to you.
Yeah, I say that as well.
Yeah. Mind the gap. We could have that one, but we are not on a train.
Not trying mind the gap.
The reason why we call this
Goes in here, out there. Mind the gap.
did that to Eddie the other day. He was doing something. And I goes, oh, I could see right through there. They said, no, the reason why we called the channel Sat Nav to Life is because when we started the channel ages ago, I didn't have the same job as what Chloe did. And I used to go around with her on the rounds. And every now and again we would stop to have like a lunch break and we'd have a chat. And we were in the car stuck somewhere, weren't we? We
Yeah.
were stuck. And every time we went to film that bloke, do you remember? Everybody came out, cut their lawns, and then an ambulance went down. Oh, God, it was a nightmare.
There is
wasn't
an old video on Retro Rats you can watch about discussion of life and that, and there does seem to be a National Strimmer Day.
it? Yeah. And then we had the ice cream van, when it dong, 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 going all the way around.
So we made a dedicated channel. Here we are. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
We're not going to
Sometimes
keep you any longer. We've
Unless
said
you
all
want to
that.
come to the pictures with me later. And that's not a date. I just want someone to come to see Long Legs with me because I'm a little bit scared.
He's a disabled helper.
No, I don't. It's a disabled helper.
See you on the next
You
one.
see that I can work, I can walk. I tripped over the step in the last video. I do need a disabled helper. I do need care in the community.
Blue badge on its way.
Blue beer.